Hey guys, welcome to CD Media. So today we're going to be going over our conversations that we had at the Filipino American Club here in Jacksonville.
So hi, I'm Colby.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Dr. Lillian Gaines.
Great to meet you. So I'm with a little company called CD Media, and we're just here asking a couple of questions about the interview from last night. So how did you feel about the interview overall? Did you feel like Trump won? Did you feel like Kamala won? Did you feel like both had strong points? How'd you feel?
Well, on substance, there's no doubt Trump won.
Yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan.
The only problem is it took him so much time, trying to correct the lies that Kamala was saying. He should just have said, that's debunk, and go on to his policies. But the moderators are nasty. So
Would you say you felt like the event was almost a little bit unfair, like skewed against Trump?
It was not just biased and unfair, and they really ambushed,
The thing Trump got ambushed with was the facts. Literally, they were moderators, there to be fact checkers. Both parties got to throw up a single thing that they wanted for the debate, and Kamala's party decided that they wanted fact checkers present, while Trump wanted the mics to be muted so he didn't tie himself into a ball of yarn with his terrible rhetoric. Surprise, surprise, he did anyway.
They're eating
Now my
the
point there
dogs.
is, Trump was not ambushed. Both of them got asked the same amount of questions, and Kamala got asked plenty of hard questions, both about her positions changing on fracking and other civil issues. She got asked hard questions, and to try to act like she didn't is completely disingenuous.
Yeah, and we looked at an ABC source. She wants to claim that Trump won on substance. So this ABC source says that 34% of people said that Trump won, whereas 57% said Kamala won. And you look at the clip we showed you earlier. He has concepts of a plan. What is the substance that he won on that she's referring to? Kamala has laid out multiple things that she wants to do to help the American people and to alleviate the financial pain that people are going through. Donald Trump has no plan. His only plan is to do tariffs and to tax the rich less. That's his only plan.
Genius. And on that, again, she also says the moderators were biased and unfair. Again, it's just a ridiculous claim. They were there as fact checkers, and if one side was getting fact checked more, it's probably because they rely more on lying rhetoric.
So on that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but on that, so some of the things that the moderators interluded for was some proven wrong statistics. So for one, he mentioned that immigrants were eating dogs and cats down inside, Springfield. Unfortunately, there's no cases or anything like that. There's actually one case for it, but it was actually a U.S. citizen that got caught doing it. So it doesn't really seem like immigrants are doing that. And the second question as well that he got wrong, was called out for, was he said that infants are being killed in and after the 9th month of pregnancy and after they're born, which just, unfortunately, that does not actually occur inside the U.S.
No, it does, because there are actually 15 states that approve of abortion on demand up to the 9th month.
The only way that would be legal in any state in America is if it threatened the mother's life. Otherwise, nothing like that would be legal.
Listen, I am a physician. Mm-hmm. There is nothing that will threaten a mother's life that is going to need an abortion.
An ectopic pregnancy?
All pregnant women in America has an obstetrician that takes care of her for the entire pregnancy. Mm-hmm. If they see anything that is going to really put the mother at risk, they gonna do something.
Hold on, Doc. What is the something? Is it an abortion? And which one is it? Is there nothing that can hurt a woman during a pregnancy? Or if something happens, the obstetrician can do something?
Or is she referring to fetal surgeries, which, to be clear, if you're doing before 20 weeks, is essentially an abortion because it can't survive outside of the mother. So What exactly is she trying to say here? Is she saying that there's no procedure whatsoever that could be used? Or is she saying that there are procedures, but she's not willing to call them an abortion? Either point is absolutely stupid.
And there's multiple reasons why a woman would need an abortion. You have severe preeclampsia, you have high blood pressure, you have liver problems, ectopic pregnancy, cervical implantation. You know, there's so many reasons why. And we have to look no further than all the cases that are coming out now. We have, 2 women that died in Georgia from preventable deaths because
woman that lost the use of her reproductive organs, even though she wanted a kid because she had to wait to get sick enough and go into septic shock twice before she could get the procedure that would save her life.
Yeah, check this out.
I had to wait until I met one of the rare medical exceptions in Texas. Life of the mother. For 3 days, I waited to get sick enough to deserve care. I went into septic shock twice and permanently lost the full functionality of my reproductive organs.
So they don't have to wait for the last minute when there's already in labor to do something to the baby.
I don't believe that's going on, but hey, we can agree to disagree.
Well, it is going on, because even where the vice president, candidate Walz, that he made a bill to make that legal, abortion until the labor.
So, not to change the subject too much, but on the same note, so we'll move away from the 9 months abortion. We're going to disagree there. How do you feel about Florida's 6-week ban on abortion? Given that almost 30% of women have irregular periods, some of which it might take them 6 to 8 weeks to even discover that they're pregnant, right? How do you feel about that bill? Is it enough time?
It has nothing to do with the number of weeks. It only must do with the viability. When there is already like a heartbeat, and because science says that when they are already having a heartbeat, they already can feel pain. So
before nerve endings are formed, they can feel pain?
Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
Yes.
Viability. The viability. I ask her a question, when she might notice that she doesn't really like answering those very commonly, but I'm asking her, hey, how do you feel about the 6-week ban? She says it actually doesn't matter the amount of time. It matters about the viability of the child. Let me ask you a question, doctor. Is a 6-week fetus viable? Can that be born? No! That is an absolutely ridiculous claim to try to throw in. And also, again, this lady is citing her credentials as a physician to try to say this to be more convincing.
Yeah, I don't think at 6 weeks it's going to look like a baby. And this lady contradicts herself multiple times during this interview. But what I would say is that she's definitely wrong on the pain thing. Looking into it, we can see that pain in fetuses can be felt usually after 24 weeks of gestation. It's just that the physiological structures are not there in order to feel pain.
According to most modern science, the cortex is the most central thing involved inside brain processing. You simply don't have one that early inside pregnancy. Some say that it starts to develop as early as 14 weeks, but most of the time it's finished forming around 24.
Now, the thing with 6 weeks, 15 weeks, whatever, 26 weeks, is like, there is still, the natural abortion, which we call miscarriage. Mm-hmm. Because if there is something really, really wrong with the pregnancy, the body just really do something.
It can. In cases like this one that Kamala Harris mentioned on stage.
But see, most abortions in here, in America, is a they decide. It's a decision by the mother to do that, and so But what it is what they are saying now is that Trump is going to ban abortion.
To be clear, in the debate, he didn't say he would veto an abortion ban. He actually said the opposite.
But the thing is that he cannot ban it because, first of all,
No one's saying that he can ban it. He's saying that he would not veto the abortion ban if it came onto his desk. He said that during the debate. He said J.D. Vance spoke for him and that he has his own opinions on that issue.
He cannot ban it.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be allowed, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto.
Because that is already a decision that, Roe versus Wade is still legal. But all it did was bring it to the state so that now the governors and with the citizens, they're doing a vote, just like we are doing in Florida. Whether the citizens of Florida want 6 weeks or 15 weeks or whatever, or some states like Alabama, the citizens are voting to ban it. But the president, whoever he is, he cannot override whatever the state is. See, every state in America is autonomous.
You could if Congress made a legislative bill. You could make a federal policy for abortion. You absolutely
cannot be,
could.
because the problem with Roe versus Wade, it is the government that did that universal rule. And so
sorry to interrupt again. To recenter, we asked, do you support the 6-week ban? Do you think that's enough time as a physician?
Well, I don't, actually, I don't really approve any abortion.
I don't really approve any abortion.
And so much for being pro-life. See, what causes these people to choose abortion? I'm not disagreeing that a lot of people in America do choose abortion for their method for healthcare, but why are they doing that? You see, there's a lot of financial things that go into having a child, and 60% of Americans today say they don't feel comfortable having a child. That's because of financial burdens. You see, Republicans are also the first people to slash things like the child tax credit, food funding inside schools, or even public school funding in general. Medicaid, Obamacare got absolutely cut under Trump. Anyway, my point is, these people do not care about your child having an affordable life or poor people's children in general. The second they come out, they're no longer pro-life.
Yeah, and she wants to go on about how each state is autonomous. That's not really how law works in the United States. The federal law always trumps state law. And she says Roe v. Wade is still legal? No, that's not the case. Roe v. Wade was overturned, ending the constitutional right to an abortion under the 14th Amendment. That's the Equal Protection Clause.
And with that gone, now states can make decisions like Alabama, who is just like, hey, we'll outright ban it. And all these things are causing more and more women to die.
Yeah, maternal morbidity is up. It's really, really terrible. We're going to continue to see these stories come out as the years go on, unless we rescind that overturn on Roe v. Wade.
Hopefully someone can.
I'm a Catholic, and because if there is anything that you don't really want a pregnancy, there are multiple birth control. So
Trump's trying to ban some of them, though.
No.
Birth control pill for women is on the current ballot to be banned.
They're not banning it, but only they're banning the pill,
not the abortion pill or Plan B. To be clear, it's birth control, prescribed birth control, that is going to be banned.
They cannot ban it because if it is FDA approved.
Well, most abortion pills are also FDA approved.
There are very few doctors that are writing it.
Well, fair enough. Hey, it was so good talking to you. Thank you for the conversation.
Good Lord, this woman can't say anything except for misinformation. To be clear, the Trump parties are currently planning to ban contraception. It's in Project 2025, and Trump himself has multiple quotes about it. But not only that, she then says that birth control is a very rare prescription for women. Bro, 65% of women, according to the CDC, are on birth control. That's more than a quarter of America. That is the most common prescription in America. Goes to show that you literally shouldn't take this woman on any medical values.
No, I think we're going to have to round this video out here. We went over a lot of stuff. How conservatives rely on misinformation and rhetoric to justify taking away rights and freedoms of women. These limits and bans on abortion are killing women, causing infertility, and forcing rape and incest survivors to carry and care for a child that's a constant reminder of the trauma that they faced.
Yeah, great point, David. This doctor made several claims that could be very easily disproven. Some of the craziest ones include there's no medical reason to have an abortion that would be medically necessary. I can at least think of 5 or 6. And how about I go ahead and whip out the facts?
Oh, wow.
A little bit of magic for you guys. As well as she said if a pregnancy was going wrong for any reason, the body would just somehow magically fix it with a miscarriage. Absolute nonsense. There's so many women that would love to have a word with you.
Yeah, pain before the brain is formed, all kinds of crazy
Good
stuff.
night.
But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, they do take a lot of time.
A lot of time and effort
for us to make them. So go ahead and hit that like, go ahead and hit that subscribe, and stay tuned. We're going to be doing some more interviews this week, actually, so we'll have some more content to put up.
Yep. Hope you guys have a good one.
See you next time.